Hey everybody, Ryan from Ryan Hockey Channel here. Alright, I have returned. My twins are here, they're good, healthy, mom's healthy, we're all healthy and good. Just lack of sleep. So, sorry it's taking me a little while to get back to this, but I'm going to be doing probably about 3 of these a day until the beginning of the season. I believe is the 10th or 12th of October. Something around there. So, I'm going to be doing these until throughout the rest. I'm starting now with the Calgary Flames 2021 season preview. So, if you haven't done so already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Let me know what you think in the comments. And like I always say, just make sure it's civil, nice, be nice to everybody. If not, I will get rid of the comment. Alright, let's get started. Alright, this is what Calgary added this year. Is a lot of turnover, as you can see. Or not necessarily turnover, just a lot of additions. Alright, they had Blake Coleman, probably the biggest contract they signed this offseason. $4.9 million per season for 6 years. Adding that defensive forward depth that they probably needed more than most anything else. Or then, of course, their forwards to start doing their job and scoring more. Johnny Gaudreau. And, yeah, Monahan as well. So, if they can start scoring and Coleman can add that defensive forward ability that he has done for Tampa for the last couple of years, then they should be a little bit better off, especially in a weaker Pacific Division. Alright, Trevor Lewis, they signed 1 year, $800,000. Nick DeSimone, probably going to be a minor leaguer, may fill in with a lot of defensive injuries. 1 year, $750,000. Adam Werner, I'm not sure if he's German or not, but if it's German, it's Werner. If it's not, that's Werner. 1 year, $750,000. Andy Walensky, he's an underappreciated depth defender, honestly. He's a pretty solid defender when he plays. 1 year, $750,000. Kevin Gravel, 1 year, $750,000. Nikita Zadoroff, they added from Chicago for a third-round pick, or Toronto's third-round pick in 2022. Then I believe they re-signed him. We'll get to the re-signings in a minute. Daniel Vlader from Boston for Calgary's 2022 third-round pick they acquired. I think he'll be a pretty good goalie for them if he keeps going the direction he is. Tyler Pitlick, they acquired him from Seattle for a fourth-round pick in 2022. They also had Brad Richardson, 1 year, $800,000. Eric Branson, 1 year, $1.95 million. And I wrote Brad Richardson twice. Alright, Subtractions. They lost Dominic Simone, and I don't think that's much of a loss. He went to Pittsburgh. Alex Petrovic, not much of a loss. To Dallas, Josh Levo, really not much of a loss because he didn't play that much because he was hurt constantly. To Carolina, sorry. Derek Ryan went to Edmonton. Okay, that one, not terrible, especially with the addition of Coleman, but one of those depth forwards they probably may miss a little bit. Buddy Robinson went to Anaheim. Probably not going to miss much. Louis Domingue to Pittsburgh. And Zach Ronaldo to Columbus, where he has since left Columbus. Alright, re-signed. They re-signed Luke Phillip. 1 year, $750,000. Matthew Phillips. 1 year, $750,000. Nikita Zadoroff, like I said, they re-signed him after acquiring him. 1 year, $3.75 million. Glenn Godden, 1 year, $750,000. Justin Kirkland, 1 year, $750,000. Dylan Dubé, re-signed him for 3 years, $2.3 million per. Keeps playing like he did last year. That's a decent contract. Brett Ritchie didn't look terrible for him last year. 1 year, $800,000. Connor Mackey, 2 years, $912,500 per season. And Michael Stone, again, re-signed $750,000 for 1 year. This is where the Calorie Salary Cap sits currently. $78.425 million. That leaves on $3 million in cap space. So not much room, but who knows if there's injuries, which hopefully there is not, because I'm not sure this team can afford a whole lot of injuries. Because I'm not sure they got the young talent to necessarily fill in those holes at this point. At least none that are popping in my head is absolutely ready. But they still have a little bit of space. So that could help them come deadline, because as you can see, deadline cap space about $14 million. So they can add some stuff. All right, they do have to worry about after this season. Matthew Tkachuk is and Andrew Mangiapane are both RFAs, and Johnny Gaudreau along with Tyler Pitlick, Brett Ritchie, Trevor Lewis, Brad Richardson, and Byron Froese they are all UFAs. So Tkachuk's he's already getting $7 million. I have a feeling he's gonna want more. Johnny Gaudreau, if he has a good year, which star players seem to do even better in contract years, so I have a feeling we're going to see a large output from Gaudreau this year in order to get that contract. And Mangiapane keeps playing the way he has the last couple of years, he's going to get a bigger contract than what he has there. Now the others, I think those are ones that can let go in free agency or keep a league minimum for a few of them, so not too terrible. So there you go. On the defensive side, they're pretty set there. I mean, they have Zadoroff and Goodbranson UFAs. I'm still not sure why they signed Goodbranson, honestly. I mean, I guess depth-wise, not a terrible choice, but numbers-wise, a little bit more of a worry. But still adds some muscle back there. I mean, especially with Zadoroff, he's going to light some people up with hits this year, and he stands up for himself, but at the same time, you may not want him to. I think I'd rather have my 5'6" defender stand up for my 3'4" defender at that point. Oops, I moved on, didn't mean to. Goaltending wise, I mean, Jakob Markstrom, you gotta hope that he has a better year than last season. Daniel Vlader is definitely a good one in case of injury. Not a terrible choice at all. And they're still paying a little bit of a buyout for Trevor Bauer for this year. After this year, $1.5 million free. Alright. On the non-roster forward area, you can see who they have here. I mean, Conor Zerry, honestly, that kid probably could play this year. I don't think they're going to play him, but they could. Peltier, that's not a possibility, but I mean, looking at this list, I'm not seeing a forward that is necessarily 100% ready. Now, Conor Zerry lit up the AHL last year in the games he played. He did do that. But lighting up the AHL does not always translate to NHL scoring. So, I think he has the talent. I think he should easily be a top line, probably. Top line, second line forward. So, he can get there. I think that it would benefit them with the way their forwards are right now. Let him have another year in the minors in juniors if there is a junior season. I'm not sure which junior league he was in. 2 of the 3 played last year, 1 did not. So we'll see. If not, put him in the AHL and let him just light it up there, get that confidence. Keep it up. On the defensive side, let's see. They have 2 UFAs coming up in Gravel and DeSimone. I mean, a couple of RFAs. Goalie-wise, Dustin Wolf's down there. He's signed for a little bit. I don't know why they have Vlader down in the non-roster as well as the roster. That didn't make any sense to me, but they did. Alright, this is how their draft went this year. At number 13, Matthew Coronado. If you saw my season review for Calgary, I believe I went over their first round picks, or did I make theirs before they made their picks? I can't remember. If I did, if not, if you saw my draft overview, I'm still not sure why they picked him where they did. I think they could have got him later in the first. I probably could have traded down if somebody was interested, or honestly, may even just trade for another one. Who knows? But yeah, I'm surprised they took him as early as they did. And you can see their rest of their picks there. You can pause the video and go over those. If not, I still like their 89th overall pick, Cameron. Why not? Great last name. Why not? Honestly, I want to see him make the NHL and score a goal. Why not get a goal? Why not has a goal? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not what? If you're not paying attention, you're like, why not what? What the hell are you talking about? It'd be a fun name to have in the NHL. Alright, 2022 draft. They have their own first, their own second, and Florida's second. No third and no fourth. They have their own fifth, no sixth, their own seventh. And 2023 and 2024, they have all their own picks. No extras. Alright, lineup-wise. This is what... Now, of course... Oops, sorry, I hit the mic. Of course, this is the lineup just guessing from Cap Friendly. Once again, these are all from Cap Friendly, so make sure to go check that if you have anything you want to check out there. They have a great resource for a lot of things. Now, this is just our estimated lineup. No guarantee of anybody that's on, I think this one has a train camp roster. If it does, no guarantee that some of those guys don't make this team and some of these guys get knocked out. We'll see. But as of now, this is what they're estimating the lineup to be, with the first line Kachuk, Lindholm, Coleman. I'm kind of surprised Coleman's on the first. I would have put him third, honestly. They had Giant Gaudreau second line. Gaudreau, Monahan, and Mangiapane. Hopefully Monahan stays healthy this year. Third line, Dubé, Backlund, and Pitlick. Okay. And then fourth line, Lucic. Yes, they still have Lucic's contract for the next couple of years. Brad Richardson and Trevor Lewis. Now, is that the final lineup? I don't know. I mean, I can see Lewis or Richardson not playing and them playing other people. On the scratch forward list, they have Richie and Frost. So, there's those two. Alright, on the defensive side, they have Zadoroff as the #1 defender. I don't know about that. I mean, he's not terrible, but I don't know about #1 overall. They had Tanev with him on the first pair. Noah Hannafin, Rasmus Anderson, second pair. And Valimaki and Gabranson on the third pair. I don't know. I think Valimaki might get more second, third pair, or first, second pair lining. I don't think he'll get first, but maybe second pair lineup this year. So, I don't know. We'll see. Markstrom and Vlader, of course, are the two goalies. Surprise, surprise. Here's the non-roster forwards. You can see Matthew Phillips, Adam Ruzicka, and Andy Welinski all had NHL games last year. Welinski with Anaheim. Phillips and Ruzicka with Calgary. I can see Ruzicka getting some time this year, especially if there's injuries. I can definitely see him getting time. Let's see. Alright, here's the non-roster players on the loaned, prospect, and reserve list. Now, like I said, I can see Zerry and Peltier getting time. That's a possibility. Coronado, I think he's playing the NCAA. I think is where he signed. I'd be surprised if he played this year, though. I don't think he's ready. But you can see the rest of them here. I mean, Dustin Wolf. You never know. He might get some chance. Or I might send him. Is he in junior? I don't remember where Wolf was. But he has a possibility of playing a few games here and there if someone gets hurt. If he ends up in the AHL. Which, how old is he? 20? I don't think he's eligible yet. Top prospects. Conor Zerry. Shocker there. 7 points in 9 AHL games. That's a pretty good output for an 18-year-old. Very good output. And 24 points in 15 WHL games. So I have a feeling he's going to go back to WHL. Now, could he get that 9-10 game tryout? Of course he could. But I think he's better served to go back there, get another year under his belt, and then come up with the depth they have at offense this year. I think he's all right to go down to the WHL. Matthew Coronado had 85 points in 51 USHL games. He's our second top prospect. And third, Jacob Peltier, 43 points in 28 QMJHL games. Dustin Wolf, 2-1-0 in 3 AHL games. And 18-3 in 22 WHL games. He was a beast last year in WHL. Not going to lie. And of course, fifth, they had Dan Vlader, 2-2-1 in 5 NHL games with Boston, 4-2 in 6 Czech games, and 3-4-3 in 10 AHL games. Now, he didn't look terrible with Boston this year. Boston, I think he played for them when there was a lot of injuries going on. Others mentioned as top prospects, we have Matthew Phillips, 0 points in 1 NHL game and 21 points in 30 AHL games. Adam Ruzicka, 1 point in 3 NHL games and 21 points in 28 AHL games. I think he may get a shot this year, especially with injury. Phillips may too. Then you have Matthias Emilio Pettersson, which, honestly, that's an awesome name. Emilio! If you don't get the movie reference, I'm sad for you. Center, 14 points in 29 AHL games. And then Ryan Francis, 50 points in 32 QMJHL games. And William Stromgren, a left winger, 9 points and 27 Hockey Allsvenskan I'm saying that incorrectly. I'm sorry ahead of time. Games. So that's their top 10 prospects between the two. And that's the top 5. This is the rest of them throughout the top 10. So some you may see, some you may never see. That's just how prospect lists work. They get listed because that's where they believe they sit, but sometimes they don't develop further than where they are. Here's a season outlook for Calgary. I think they're going to be a middle range team. I don't think they're a top team. I mean, with how terrible the Pacific Division is, they may end up being like the second best team in the division. I don't know. That's why I'm saying they'll finish middle of their division, because this division is just not good. Honestly, I think the top 2 teams are definitely Vegas, Edmonton. I think Calgary could get that last playoff spot, or last guaranteed playoff spot, because they're going back to the top 3 teams from each division and 2 wild cards, which can be from any of the 2 from each side. So I think this team could possibly get into the playoffs. I don't doubt that, but will they do anything? We've seen crazier things, but I don't think so. So this team, I think, is in the process of figuring out who the heck they are, what they can do, because they just have not been able to accomplish anything with this core so far. With Gaudreau, Monahan, for sure, they have not been able to accomplish anything. Is their defense better without Giordano? No, I don't think so. I mean, yeah, I don't see them being as good without Giordano, but he also was getting up into the higher end of the 30s, so we'll see how this all plays out. Honestly, I don't see them being a huge threat in the playoffs, but like I said, we've seen crazier things. So a good run, good pickups at the trade deadline could be the biggest thing. And like I said, Gaudreau's on a contract year, so he's probably going to be a beast this year. Same with Tkachuk. So look out for those 2. I mean, Kachuk's always pissing people off, but his offense definitely gets neglected by those looking from the outside in, because he's one of their top offensive guys, but he also is very good at pissing people off and pissing off fans. So a lot of people notice that before the other. So there's that. All right. That's all I got for you for the Calgary Flames today. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos if you do hit that subscribe button. And other than that, let me know what you think in the comments. If you agree, disagree, if you think this team is going to be better than how I predict, let me know. Like I say, just be civil. We'll be good. All right. I will see you next video. Bye, everybody.